Hey everybody, Asher here, back with more Hearthstone, where today we're playing a deck that I should really call Disconnect Priest, because the first two games I tried to play with it, I got actually disconnected from them both times and didn't get a prompt for when I came back in. I just lost stars. So, that aside, this is a deck that's testing out a few new cards for Priest, Onyx Bishop being one of them, Priest of the Feast being another one that I'm pretty excited about. This is pretty much in a control priest shell. I've thrown Barnes in to test the theory that Barnes pretty much is beneficial whatever deck you throw him in. And since I am running Sylvanas and two Shifting Shades, I could be justified to throwing N'Zoth in here, but I'm going to run Yogg instead. I'm not running a ton of spells, but I'm running enough spells where maybe I might be able to trigger the comeback mechanism if it comes down to it. So don't let all of these stars for legendaries fool you. A lot of these things can be replaced. And it's hard to say if this deck's even any good. First off, because it's Priest. Secondly, because it's Onyx Bishop. And you can get some good things back from Onyx Bishop. Shifting Shade is a card that typically dies early, that you can make it happen. Injured Blade Master is kind of the dream there. Even Northshire Cleric is acceptable, because maybe when you draw it, you can actually get a heal off and draw a card as well. That's the hope. So far, the testing, it's been a lot of rogues today. I guess a lot of people are trying to test Swashbuckler, and Rogue kind of stomps on Priest anyway, but almost everyone stomps on Priest. So maybe, let's see if we can not get stomped on. Ugh, can't even talk. Let's find out.
You asked for it.
All right.
Shall bring victory.
So it's saying, okay, I'm a little confused about what my deck tracker is telling me here. Oh, I get it now. I'm sorry, I had a little bit of confusion because I wasn't sure what the deck tracker was telling me. I have two Excavated Evils in this deck. The old list that I was running had two Forbidden Shapelings. We'll fix that in a minute. I'm going to just keep the Soul Priest, ditch the others. This is probably Tempo Mage. Excavated Evil's pretty good versus that, but Shadow Word Pain is more of what we want. So we're going to get some beep bloop warnings here. Maybe we can get a solid Onyx Bishop play. Now it's summon a friendly minion that died, so you won't always get what else from your opponent. So no Shadow Word Pain to speak of. The light shall burn me. Let's see what we got. So I have pulled Sylvanas with Barnes, but I've pulled a lot of Onyx Bishops with Barnes. That was kind of one of the themes of the Disconnect games that I had, is that Onyx Bishop kept getting pulled in. And that obviously is not our favorite result here. So double potential Onyx Bishop. We're going to go ahead and play this. Even if it trades in, it's still better to put the body on the board. I want to save the Shadow Word Pain if I can. Chances are he's going to be able to dump some spells. Okay, so there's a torch. The question is, do we have coin Arcane Intellect? No, we don't, so that's alright. Second Pain. And see, we're just manipulating the board to a point to getting a good Onyx Bishop out. At least that's the hope. Now, I could run Resurrects in this deck. One of the reasons I don't, honestly, is that I wasn't sure what to cut. And that's one of those things where I just kind of want to mess around the deck a little more. Maybe Resurrection is a good idea in this deck.
The game begins.
So the game begins. Here is our Injured Blade Master. And we have a second Onyx Bishop, so if he doesn't clear anything this turn, I might be able to get two Injured Blade Masters on the board. However, it's probably a stronger play to Shadow Word Pain this. We're just trying to curve out at this point. So Alkanai Pain might be the play. Pain Cleric, something else could be the play.
What to do?
But yeah, that's kind of the Onyx Bishop dream, I guess, right? Is you want your minions to be undercosted. Maybe I could play Kadir or whatever you call it. Alright. So that doesn't help you very much. Really? I guess we gotta punish him for his greed, don't we? I mean, I can get a second one of these guys out right now. It's a little bit off curve. And then we trade him in, and then we have some decent stuff on board.
The game begins. Checkmate.
Alright. Not going to play the cleric yet. Other move that could have been good was just to play Auchenai Soul Priest and ping that. Thing is that I want my strong-bodied minions to live. He could be playing Flame Strike anyway. Ty's lied before saying that no one's playing Flame Strike right now. Maybe they're not playing Flame Strike up in Legendary ranks, but in the slums of rank 13, it's all Flame Strike all the time. So is this Fireball? No. Okay. Now we have to check for Mirror Entity and Counterspell and lots of other stuff. Okay.
Time runs out on me.
Well, okay, the good news is that he's very aggressively burning through his hand. So that's a start. Let's play around. Mirror Entity, okay.
Someone injured?
Checkmate. Job's done.
And then there's another Blade Master. Alright. It's one of those things where, like, I can deal with him later, but I don't want lower costed spells happening right now. If he clears my board using the whole turn for a Flame Strike, I'm pretty happy. Of course, that's not what he did. Second Water Elemental, so that dies. Funny how we have no spells all of a sudden. Alright, few ways we can go about this. We can try and play tradesies. I think I just like nuking this better. Let's get some board control out here. Maybe I should have played the cleric, but I'm going to wait and see if I can get a better healing opportunity. I don't just want to play into a board clear.
Wanted. Dead or
Alright,
alive.
that's a spell. Freezing Trap is alright. Wow, sniped. Once again, though, he's burning through his hand, whereas I have my hand mostly intact. Alright, so we have a second Soul Priest if we want it. I'd rather just heal and see what we get. Yogg's alright. Let's feast. See if he can give me another spell. Playing around Betrayal, obviously. Alright, so we got 3 spells for Yogg. Not the greatest. Maybe Yogg does not fit in this archetype very well. Oh, don't tell me he has something. Really? You're gonna be very sad in a second, I think.
Not quite what was planned.
Alright.
Your turn to bleed.
Let's just take our time. Naked Board Yogg. There's really no better play in Hearthstone, I don't think. There might be a few, but nothing on the opponent's board. Ragnaros. I called him Yogg, didn't I? Naked Board Yogg Saran is fun too, but only for 3 spells. It doesn't really do. It's more harm than good. Typically, it's a card you want to play with while you're behind, like this. Okay, Renounce Darkness. You're a paladin now. Lots of injured things you can do. Let's see who you got. Thank you. And a card draw. Well, that was not a very good Yogg for him so far. And I think that's game.
Time runs out
I mean, we could play Yogg just for fun, but I don't see why. Alright.
Right away.
Let's check for freezing. Okay, bear trap. Cute. And let's play Barnes just for fun.
A tale of terrible tragedy.
Who can we get that's left? Oh, hi, Elise.
Your turn to bleed. Job's done.
Oh, to the face. Okay. No more complaining about Flame Wakers. Because we got a 33% chance to something, so there's Flame Strike. Okay, is it enough? That is not enough.
You win.
Alright. We win with Priest, who knew, right? Once again, I don't think Yogg may not necessarily be relevant in this. But let me fix my deck list real quick before we do the next game.
Watch your back.
The light shall bring victory.
Okay, 4 out of my past 5 games versus been rogues, and they've been very minion-based rogues. So let's use that information to our advantage. We have Onyx Circle clear, we have Northshire clear, which once again, I don't think is a bad thing to bring back from Onyx Bishop. I mean, it's not ideal, but you can live with it. That's why I play that versus something like Museum Curator, which would just be awful and sad-making. Alright, so, does he have a turn 1 play? Did he get his Swashbucklers, or are we just facing a more typical Miracle list? Come on. Arcane Anomaly! Okay, that's not what I expected. I think we play Northshire into it anyway, though. So we have Circle if it comes down to it. Okay. Free trades are fun, right? And here's the typical Priest turn of let's pass. Let's see how quickly he can buff this guy up. I forget who said it. It's like, didn't Blizzard learn from their constantly buffing minions the whole time? But it's just health. How bad can it be? Turns out in Rogue, it can be pretty bad because they have a ton of spells. So we got 2 board clears right now. I think it's probably better to play Excavated Evil first, especially since we have 2. Alright, right now our Bishop only brings back Northshire Cleric. So let's see what we make of it. Alright. I guess we just bring it back.
The game begins.
Is someone injured?
Can't see too many great plays, but
Incredible.
Onyx follow-up's not terrible. Well, incredible. Incredible that I'm playing Priest on ladder. That's the really funny thing. The VS data report just came out at the day of this recording. And they said, you know what? Rogue and Priest are by far the lowest played classes in the game. Well, turns out somebody was not right.
Checkmate.
Alright, inefficient trades are us. But we live to fight another day. Floating 1 mana is not awesome, but we're Priest, we're used to it, so. He's got 2 poison cards right there. So it's just N'Zoth Rogue. Which could really become a problem in just a minute. Okay, Onyx Bishop is honestly pretty disappointing here. Let's just go for the Sylvanas play. Worst case is he saps it, he commits more of the board, and we Onyx Circle. go.
Mother does love this face.
Now remember, Priest of the Feast plus Onyx Soul Priest is not a combo you want to play. Okay, kids?
Embrace the void.
Maybe I should have healed first. Because this includes like little trigger effects like that, so. So he knows I have a Sylvanas. I just need to know how screwed I am if he plays N'Zoth, because I've played a lot of board clears so far. But I've been so behind all game, thus is the plight of Priest, right? If he has N'Zoth in hand, I'm pretty much toast.
Get your funnel cakes here.
So it's Reno N'Zoth. Now I'm really in trouble. Alright.
I dream of the world.
Well, I'm not dead yet. Let's get Awakens. That's not what I wanted, but hey, whatever. Okay. That is indeed a card you can play. I mean, I know why he's running it since it's N'Zoth, but we're going to do our good old-fashioned reactive turn here.
Bring you rest.
The game begins.
And we bring back
Injured?
another Northshire Cleric. Because why not? So, Dream. Okay. So, this is trouble. This is a lot of trouble. We're not exactly out of the woods, though. Alright, so we top decked. We used our skill card. It was super effective to top deck here. So if we tap this, alright, Sylvanas is a little bit of a problem.
I wonder.
But maybe we don't have to kill
Bring
her.
you rest.
Checkmate.
I'd love to kill N'Zoth here, but I don't think that's happening right away. Unless we do this.
Right away.
Right?
Move quickly.
It's a lot of healing I could have done to myself, but it's okay.
Embrace the world.
And why not?
Incredible.
Got exactly the card I needed when I needed it. There's another dream, so we can just keep pinging Sylvanas back. Alright, that was a kind of difficult turn, but we navigated it. We've had Ysera up for 3 turns now, which is usually a sign of good things to come. We have, if he plays Sylvanas again, I can potentially entomb it.
So
It still looks like he's playing a Reno deck with Shadowcaster, perhaps. There's no Hurahan or whatever you call it. We gotta remember that we have the Auchenai out right now as well. Okay, so Ysera finally dies.
Your magic shall not
Okay,
save.
that actually helps me more than it helps him. But he doesn't know that yet. Alright, so Entomb. I know my ordering for here is trash, but
Is someone injured?
good
Well
gracious.
Well played.
Feel my pain.
And we got double feasties going on now. Alright. We've actually cast 12 spells. That's pretty nice.
The light protects me.
Alright, Blade Master's alright.
Do you have the artifact? I have no time for games.
Okay, so Golden Monkey, no need to use Dream just yet. Dream will be good if we want to get like some extra healing in here. Map to the Golden Monkey's a spell. We got another Pain. Funny that we haven't drawn Barnes yet, but I guess that means that we've drawn all of our minions that we don't want Barnes to get, and we win! What's a little perseverance in Priest, right? Oh man. I thought I was toast. Nothing like top deck circle off of a Northshire Cleric heal. I'll put it that way. Well, let's talk shop for a second. The deck is certainly better since I cut the Forbidden Shapelings for 2 Excavated Evils. Oh, excuse me for bad sounds here. So I guess the question becomes, is Yogg really useful in this deck? Yogg Priest was one of the first decks I made for Whispers of the Old Gods. But there are some substitutions you can make here. Darkshot Alchemist is pretty much always a solid card. Cabal Shadow Priest, even though it would have played pretty well in the matchups I've faced with this deck today, isn't typically as good as it used to be. If you want to run a second Shadow Word Death, I'm sure there's a cut you can make in here as well. The hard removal is very nice, but I find that just the outright, if you can get your Entombs off of things like a Sapped Sylvanas or a Dream Sylvanas, destroying the opponent's morale is one of the most important things, because it's not just boohoo I lost to a priest, but that's how I lost to a priest. And he got to execute his game plan. He got all of his stuff out. Funny that his Corrupted Heal bot ended up keeping me in the game for a while, but so it goes. What do I think so far? Barnes has the issues that I thought it would, where it's good with very high upside, but you got to really build your deck to take advantage of them. I don't know if I'm there yet. I wasn't too sad about the cards that I got in this video. Getting Onyx Bishops or other vanilla cards is not great, but drawing a Ysera or a Rag or a Sylvanas is good. Drawing a Priest of the Feast can be useful depending on the turn. Same with Auchenized Soul Priest, same with, and Shifting Shades pretty much always beneficial. Northshire Cleric can even be good. So most of the creatures that I can draw in this deck are good, and in that sense Barnes is high upside. But how impactful at turn 4 really remains to be seen. So that's it for now. Onyx Bishop, it's done some work. I can't say you need to run 2 Resurrects along with it, but you definitely got to build your deck to a point where you don't miss. You don't want to cry about the Resurrects that you get, even if sometimes it's going to be Onyx Bishop. But that's it for now. This is Asher. Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments. It is hardly a unicorn by any stretch of the imagination, but it is 2 Priest wins in 1 video after 2 disconnect losses. So that's better than normal, right? Thanks for watching. Take care.